What's up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Kovu back for some more Palia content, and we're trying our best to get Subira
Let
to
us put our heads
max
together.
level, to friendship level 4. Let's see where we are right now. We have her very close. Yeah, very, very close. So to be honest with this
Ah,
episode, guys, I
hello.
don't really have anything in mind right now for what to do. I also don't know what gift to give her. I've been talking to a bunch of villagers to figure out what to give her as a gift, and because she's not giving me the option to, so I'm assuming that the person I probably need to talk to is Miss Eshe, who's coming up right now. Let's see what she says. Maybe Eshe will give me a hint on what Subira wants. Let's see.
I'm quite glad to see you.
Ah, silk. I don't want silk.
We must do this again.
I don't know. Man, okay, Eshe. But I think I'm gonna give a rundown on my understanding of the story so far. So, from my understanding, Subira was sent to Kilima. And I guess I'll do some skill leveling while I talk about this. Was sent to Kilima to investigate um, rumors of there being flow powered items sold here. That and just kind of do like a wellness check of like the village and stuff like that. Upon arrival, she almost killed Auni, which was crazy. She almost ran our boy over, little bug boy over. Um, but she didn't. She actually rescued him, and that's the first time we see the use of like magic by a Majiri in all of Palia, was when Subira arrived. She lifted him off of the ground and basically ragdoll physics man so the cart could get by without hitting him. And I think she kind of like dropped him down slowly and asked if he was okay. To which he, in the derpiest of manners, goes, yeah, or whatever. He's very Max Goof sometimes. I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing. And that was kind of the cutscene that we got. The intro quest was kind of knowing that she was on the way here through Eshe. Had she received a letter or something along those lines, basically saying that a member of the order, I believe, is what the letter said, was on the way. To which she was freaking out, panicking. She's like, "We have to do something. We have to do something. We have to do something." Platinum Chad, we'll be able to see that. And it basically turned into us creating a kind of I would say a festival, a party. We made a bunch of food, made a bunch of furniture and stuff that I'm not sure the lady actually ever used, because I don't even think it's in her room. I don't think it's in the inn whatsoever. I think it's just something that Eshe kind of threw together, because when we kind of talked to Subira at the party, we find out that Subira is not into any of the things that Eshe kind of like put together. It was more of like an Eshe party than a Subira party. Subira is kind of more down to earth, which I was very like happy to see. Yeah, she's very well dressed and everything, and she's from the big city or whatever. But she is very much a more down to earth girl. Her favorite food is kanji, those kind of things. We discover a lot about her. So through her kind of investigations here, she starts to ask us questions. She's actually, oh, I remember what the investigation was. She was sent here to investigate the resurgence of humans in the world. Hear me when I say this. In the world. Not just in Kilima. We find out that there are humans popping up all around the world, even outside of the Palian Republic, which we find out is the nation in which we live in. So this entire country is known as the Palian Republic. I saw you, little beetle. Where'd you go? You think you're gonna get away from me? You're not gonna get away from me. Come back here. Yes, got it. So we find that this is known as the Palian Republic, the nation in which we live in. After that, she's kind of settling in. Just wanted to get to know us. She wanted to get to know us a little bit, but I was kind of playing things a little coy through my playthrough, so I wasn't really answering any of her questions. Which I think she kind of, figured out that, like, she's an authority figure, and I have a problem with authority. That's how I am in real life too, unfortunately. Like, something about authority, man. I'm just not with it. So we end up finding out that she's investigating the city, but she can't do things that she would normally like want to do, as in like she can't just like walk through the back alleys because everybody's eyes are on her. Meanwhile, I'm the new guy here, but I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of like the firstborn child now, and she's kind of the secondborn. So everybody's eyes are on her now, and they're no longer really paying attention to me. So I have the ability to kind of sneak around and like do things on my own, which she kind of asked me for a helping hand. She basically asked me, "Hey, I can't really properly investigate. Can you help me
I
investigate?
could
Can
use
you?"
a sharp mind
I knew
like
there's gonna be
yours.
some stuff here. Let's see if we figure out any new dialogue here. But I'll finish my thought. She basically asked, "Can you do some investigating for me? I've heard rumors of there being a underground cartel business here." Which we'll pause there and see what she has to say now. I suspect that you show up. Casting magic is, as one calls it, requires use of rune stones, special flow stones inscribed with runes that perform special functions. The Order sources most of our raw flow stones from the Kingdom of Umbra. That's what the city was. There's a region called Umbra that also has had a human resurgence as well, and inscribes the runes itself. But there are a couple other locations that she also mentions that we've never heard of. Yes, there's the Palian Republic, there's a Kingdom of Umbra, there's like a third other, and there's like two more locations I want to say that she mentions that I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. I probably should take notes before recording this, but I didn't know what I was going to really do today. So, there's a bunch of like things that she starts to mention as she's giving us all this information, and we're really not giving her anything, to be honest with you. I'm not really selling out anything. But she hears that there's a delivery coming into Bahari City, a package, to which she asked me to acquire. So I go to Bahari Bay, and I find the package in which she's asking me to acquire, and I bring it to her. Meanwhile, Rhett is stressed out because, you know, she's here. Zeki is kind of stressed out, but he's playing it cool. He said, you know, he mentions like, yeah, I talked to Subira, I talked to her, everything's fine. No. So I end up finding this package, and I immediately turn back into Subira. She asked me if I know anything about like who it might, you know, package belong to or anything, and I say no, you know, I don't know anything. I'm stupid, and she doesn't really believe me, but we continue and we move on. Later on, we are talking with. Was there a box here? Interesting. There's like invisible boxes here. I never noticed that before. Later on, we're talking with our boy Zeki, and Zeki mentions, or kind of basically plays off like, "Hey kid, all right, come on, all right, game's over. All right, you give it back. All right. You know how Zeki talks. He's like, "Yeah, come on, kid, come on. Game's over. Give us the package back." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, come on. I know what you stole. Give it back to me. Come on." And I'm like, "Oh, the package?" And he's like, "Yeah, the package, kid. Come on, the package." And I'm like, "I get that to Subira." And he's like, "What? Why would you?" Basically asked me, "Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, she knew it was there, and she asked me to do this, so I did it. I didn't really think too much of it, and I turned the package into her." I kind of basically tell him like, "You know, don't worry. I didn't tell him it was for you or anything like that." And he's like, "Oh, trust me, kid. I was, and not really worried about that." And Zeki kind of gives us a different side of a story from Zeki I've never really heard before. I really do think that at the end of the day, Zeki's here trying his best to help people, because Zeki mentions that what was inside of the package was like a Grimlikin cartel nightlight, or like a flow nightlight. I forgot exactly what he called it, but basically this thing has the ability to reveal items that are infused with flow. So if there's like a magic door, if there's like a magic weapon, if there's a magic thing or whatever, you basically can just shine this nightlight on it, and it will reveal the magical properties in that thing. So if you're going through a room and you're trying to find a secret door, like a secret hidden cartel door you may not know that's there, your boy can shine the nightlight and just find it. To which we kind of we're not really forced to, but in our next encounter with Subira, she mentions that she knows where the nightlight is from. She knows who the package was for, and she brings up our boy Zeki. To which our character doesn't really come off as surprised that it's Zeki, which basically gives her the indication that we already knew that it was Zeki, and we didn't say anything. To which she asked us, why didn't you say anything? And I basically told her I was trying to protect a friend, you know? And she was like, I respect your loyalty. But it's illegal to sell flow items to Majiri. Because I guess flow is kind of part of the reason that the world is what it is now. Part of the reason why I have a whole theory that I think. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it now. Every time I'm looking for it, I can't find it. I was looking for this one mountain. I'm not sure if it's here or if it's in Bahari Bay. I think it's here. I don't see it now, so maybe it's not here. It might be in Bahari. There's this like mountainous area, and I can't remember exactly where it is. It may be in Bahari Bay, maybe in Kilima. I don't see it now, so it can't be here. It must be in Bahari. Unless they took it out or something. Huh. Yeah, I don't see it at all now. But there's this one illustration. Oh, actually, you know what? I know exactly where I can show you where it is. There's an illustration. I think it was in Einar's room. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Of this mountain that I swear used to be here. Unless they moved it to Bahari now. But I swear this mountain used to be here. There's an image in Einar's room that shows that exact same mountain, but it's different. I'm gonna see if I can find it in here again. It's been a long time. Keep in mind, guys, it's been here it is. Ooh, they actually changed the image again. Wait a minute. Let's go to camera view here. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to look around, not do that. You see how that has like a divot in it? It's too perfect of a divot, and also this beam of light was not here before. They've really changed this image actually. But there are a couple images of that exact same mountain that are around. Not necessarily in here, but just around in general. And it looks different in other areas and other locations. So I think there's, at least my theory is that something happened. Like there's a flow weapon or something that might have been a flow nuke. I don't know what it was that altered everything. And this is the reason why the Majiri don't trust it. And it might have even been something that led to the destruction of the humans or the extinction of the humans. It gives me very, very World War III vibes. Anyway, I digress. We get back on story. She tells us that it's illegal to sell flow-empowered devices to Majiri. To which, hearing Zeki's side of the story, I eventually tell her that Zeki said it's a nightlight. It's something that can be used to reveal these flow devices and things. To which she replies, to my surprise as well, she says that the Grimlicking cartel are able to get items like this. She said this is some pretty powerful stuff. To be able to reveal flow devices is super powerful. She was like, this is something that's super dangerous. Like if it falls into the wrong hands, it could be super, super dangerous. Which makes sense. To which I started thinking. And it gave me the option to say, because it kind of prompts, how did they get, or it kind of asks you the question of, how did they get this device? This should be something that's in the Order's hands, and how did the cartel get it? They must have gotten it from a super powerful magical group. And I replied, well, the Order is a super powerful magical group, right? She gets offended, of course, because she's a member of the Order. Also, fun fact about the Order picks magic Majiri, I guess, adept, like they're Majiri who were able to use magic at a very early age. As in, I think at one point, Aoni asked if he could become one too, and she says that no, you're too old. Aoni's like 12. So if 12 is too old, that means she became a member of the Order / was in Order training at like the age of 5 or 6 or something then. Which I think is interesting. But all right, back on story. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes. So I kind of bring up the whole Order thing. She's like, there's no way, blah, 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 blah. Moving on. She just doesn't want to hear it. Of course. So a couple days go by, I'm farming more reputation. I'm learning all these different secrets and all these different things about the Order and about the capital and about all these other regions and things that hopefully we'll get in the game later on. And about how humans are resurfacing everywhere and how she's not the only person of the Order that's been sent out to a nation. Like, she's been sent to Kilima, but there are other members of the Order who are being sent around, you know, everywhere. Like, in all these other nations and stuff where humans are popping up. I get her level 3 friendship quest now, which is to find some sort of evidence. She knows that Zeki's involved. She knows that Zeki is, you know, doing his market things or whatever. And in her eyes, she feels as if he's small fry. They don't want Zeki. They don't want my boy. I'm not gonna give him a big boy. Again, I'm protecting a friend. That's my Sheppy. Zeki is my Sheppy. He's not going anywhere. To which she's like, we don't even really want him. Like, he's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for the big cartel like heads. Like, we want to chop the head off the snake, not the tail. It's one of those. So she's like, we need some sort of evidence. We need some sort of evidence here. Some sort of indication of like who this may be. And I'm like, okay, I can get that for you. She hires me to go into to go in and search Zeki's private room, his office. Which I'm like, okay, you're lucky I already have a key because again, Zeki trusts me. To be honest with you, I don't think I've talked to Zeki since going in there and finding his letter and everything. I don't think I've talked to him since then. I wonder if there's any dialogue that he will say. But I end up getting this letter or finding this riddle in there about a certain like delivery, and it's giving me all these objectives and things and all these kind of like context clues of where to go. And because I am an overthinker sometimes and I don't quite get things right away, I didn't. Ooh, an onyx. What is that? Ooh, I like that. I like that. I didn't get the solution right away. And I'm not lying, it took me a solid probably 10-15 minutes to get the solution. But once I figured out what the solution was, it was very, very obvious afterwards. To which we go to the location. The location ends up being the lighthouse. The location to this riddle ends up being the lighthouse. I don't know why I'm minding this. After going in, I realized there's a new section that's opened up in the lighthouse, a section that I've never seen before and I've never been to before. A section that's always been kind of boarded up and closed. In that section of the lighthouse is a kind of underground area because, again, the cartel works underground. If we haven't figured it out yet, the cartel is a very underground civilization. Like, they are really, literally under the ground. So there's this like kind of underground cellar almost in the lighthouse to where we go down, we find a bunch of different letters, many of which I did not remember what the context or what they were saying was, I'm gonna be honest with you, but there were a lot of them down there. But there's one in particular that stands out that we end up picking up, and it basically says something along the lines of, there being people from this organization that are skimming things, that are taking things off the top, as in we're being robbed by our own people. Until you can figure out who it is, or until you can solve this problem, there will be no more shipments made. And it's addressed from, I think, A, who I don't know who A is, to E. And I don't know who E is. There's a couple E names, of course, that we've already met. There's Eshe, you know. But I don't think Eshe would be one of them. There's Einar, which I don't think Einar would be one of them either. Because, you know, that would be actually kind of sick if Einar turns out to be the big bad boss here. But we take this letter to Subira, who has a rather unsettling look of realization as she reads it. And she kind of says, this is really bad. And I want to say she says something along the lines of needing to get in contact with the headquarters immediately. So that's kind of where we left off as far as the story goes. Before getting into friendship level 4, I think she's gonna find out that maybe somebody in the order, again, because she doesn't want to believe it, I think somebody in the order is gonna be partially responsible, if not fully responsible, for these things that are going missing, or these objects that are being brought forth. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So this was kind of a chill video, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a summary of my understanding of what's going on right now in the Subira storyline. I've actually really enjoyed it. I love the detective nature of games and mysteries. So you guys already know this. I love a good puzzle, man. Give me a good puzzle and you'll have me all day long. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen next. So okay, wait. Let's get into some some deep dive stuff, just a little bit, just like things that are unconfirmed but have been hinted. I think that Zeki is using flow devices to help people in Kilima, to be completely honest. I think that Reth is working for Zeki again to pay off a debt. Even when I left this part out. I forgot about this. Even when I was going to investigate the market, I warned Reth. I told him, hey, she wants me to look at the night market. She's coming in to investigate. She wants me to investigate. Get rid of whatever you have to get rid of. And he basically said something along the lines of, okay, I'll talk to my friends about this. I asked him how his friends and stuff were, and he was like, don't worry about that. Don't get yourself involved in this. I think Reth, although he is a pathological liar, I think that it's been kind of mentioned or hinted at, his sister shouldn't be alive, yet she is. Like, Tish is very, very sick, and she shouldn't be alive, but yet she is. And I think, actually, I know I'll go for this part. Let's go in here. Just hop up on here real quick. Story time. Let's go. Oh, am I too tall to get in the bed? What the heck? Am I too tall? I'm too tall, right? I'm too tall to get in bed, dude. What the heck? All right, well, I can't get in bed, so we'll just like just sit here awkwardly. It's fine. Ooh, I can sit actually. So, I'm trying to find a good angle here. There we go. So what I think has happened or is happening is that I have to think that Tish has like maybe a flow-powered heart or something. There's something that some sort of machine or something, or some sort of flow-powered device or something along those lines that may be inside of her that may be actually keeping her alive. And Reth is paying it off by working at Zeki's shop. And that's why he's working so many crazy hours. And that's why he didn't tell her that he was working all these crazy hours and stuff. I do think that might be something that has happened. There's also been other people know about Zeki's Market. Sifu knows about it. Delayla knows about it. Who else knew? I think the few people who didn't know were like, I think Kenley knew about it, but just didn't care. Um, Hacian, I think, knew about it as well. Tamala, of course, knows about it. Tamala, potion master, potion expert, knows about it. I don't know. I just want to know. I really feel that deep down that Zeki is a good man. I really feel like he's a good person. I feel like he's really doing as much as he can to help. I think he's doing as much as he can to help people. Um, he may not always have the best methods for how he goes about doing his business, but again, that's his business. And if it does end up being a thing where it's revealed that Zeki may have skimmed some flow devices and created something to maybe keep Tish alive, and in order to kind of pay Zeki back, Reth was working kind of almost for free to help him get his business off the ground. So again, Zeki can make even more money. Um, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the story has in store for us. And I can't wait to get to the friendship level 4, and I'll be there very, very soon. If not, maybe tomorrow you guys will get a friendship level 4 video from me. And then we might do another deep dive on just the full the full breakdown of like all the discoveries that have been made with Subira. I want to do a deep dive into the regions that we talked about, just all the Subira knowledge I possibly can. We'll see. And I'll try to actually have real names, real terms, and stuff. This was kind of like a last minute thing because uh, I didn't have any kind of content for Palia, and it had been a couple of days to be honest with you guys since I actually recorded anything. And I was like, let's make a quick video and just like what the story is so far, um, or what I've understood the story to be so far with the whole Subira case. But yeah, I digress. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, please like and subscribe to the drive and have a good day, man. Just have a good day.